We are going to be previewing UFC 288 this week. Cejudo versus Sterling.
There's a lot of good prelim fights on this card. Keep an eye out for Phil Hawes, local fighter Parker Porter, Marina Rodriguez, Chaos Williams, Kennedy Njoku versus Devin Clark. That's a great matchup. And then the featured bout on the prelims, Drew Dober versus Matt Frivola. That's going to be an absolute banger. Tailor-made to lead off or to bring us into the pay-per-view main card. So
I think I'm leaning towards Dober, but that's going to be a dog.
Same, yeah. Let's start off with this main card. Kron Gracie versus Charles Jourdain.
Jourdain, 13-6-1, 8 KOs, 4 subs, 1 decision. He's a finisher. Kron Gracie, 5-1. All his wins by submission, 5 submissions. Also a finisher from the legendary Gracie family. He's clearly going to have the advantage on the ground with jiu-jitsu. But, you know, Kron is coming off his first loss to Cub Swanson a couple years ago. So it's taken a while here for him to pick up this fight. I think the issue will be, where is Kron overall on his overall MMA skills? You know, we started on the feet, and he's got to get it to the ground. And a guy like Jourdain, who's got 4 subs, 8 KOs, he can finish you on the feet or on the ground. I think he's just overall a better MMA fighter. So my instincts are Charles Jourdain will get this, and will end up probably finishing Kron at some point later in the fight. We say puncher's chance. Kron, Gracie, anyone with that last name Gracie has submissions.
I think it's just going to be a decision for Jourdain. Another fight that is newly developed because of people pulling out. Mosafar Ivalov versus Diego Lopez.
Ivalov is 16-0, 3 KOs, 4 subs, 9 decisions. He's just all around a really good fighter. Diego is 20-5. He's got 7 KOs, 11 subs, and 2 decisions. This is his UFC debut. So, you know, he had one fight that he lost on the Contender Series, and he had another loss. Then he's come back with 2 finishes, and he's getting this opportunity. So we'll see how he does. I got to go with Ivalov. I say by decision, because I see that most of his wins are by decision, and Diego is a quality fighter, so it's a little hard for me to say for sure he's going to get the finish.
Yeah, I don't know much about Diego, but I understand why Bryce Mitchell pulled out of this fight. I wouldn't have accepted Ivalov as a replacement, especially not on short notice. So I'm just going to go with Mosvar by decision as well. I think he's going to be too much for Lopez. Jessica Andrade versus Yan Zhaoyan.
Yan is 16-3-1, 7 KOs, 9 decisions. She's a little spark plug, but this is a definite big matchup for her when you're taking on Jessica Andrade, former strawweight champion. She's got it done at bantamweight. She's got it done at flyweight. She's just got power everywhere. She's 24-10, 9 KOs, 8 subs, 7 decisions. I like Andrade because I just think she's one of the best fighters in the world. I don't know if she's gonna win gold again at this division, but she's with that power, she's always near the top. I'll say she gets it done. Second round TKO.
Yeah, I said that I pity the woman that has to fight Andrade next after her loss to Blanchfield. She did not look like herself. Obviously, Erin looked fantastic, but I'm sure Jessica wants that fight back that she's just been boiling to get back in there. So I bet Jessica KOs her in the first round. Yan uses a lot of lateral movement, so that would be the only thing that would make me think she can get to any later rounds. But once Jessica cuts that cage off and she starts landing on her, she's going to finish her quick, I think. Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. This is a probable #1 contender determinant.
Muhammad is 22-3-1, 5 KOs, 1 sub, 15 decision. He's won 8 out of his last 9. There was a no contest in there. His last loss was in 2019. Guy knows how to win.
Gilbert that no Burns. Contest was to the champ also. Yeah, he poked him in the eye real bad.
Yep. Champ was Leon Edwards. So Gilbert Burns, 22-5, 6 KOs, 9 subs, 7 decisions. Interesting to note he fought 3 weeks ago. So
wasn't much of a fight.
Yeah, this is a real competitive matchup here, though. I feel like storyline wise, in a perfect world, Muhammad's going to fight Edwards. We're going to rematch that. We're going to get this for a title. But I feel like real life tells me that Gilbert Burns is a tough matchup for anybody. And although this can go anywhere, something tells me Burns will pull this off. I feel like Burns, I don't think it's such a disadvantage he fought 3 weeks ago because he took no damage. I think he's sharp. And I don't know. This is probably going to go the distance. And Bilal is really good at finding ways to win decisions. I mean, we joked about decision day. You know, he's coming off his finish recently, but I don't think he'll finish Burns. I'm taking Burns. I'll take Burns by decision.
Neither one of these guys are going to be fighting Leon next because Leon's going to lose to Colby. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it's an interesting matchup, but with momentum, I would say the momentum is with Bilal. Yes, Gilbert just beat Masvidal, but that wasn't a super great fight. He didn't dominate Masvidal like he probably should have. So I think that Bilal probably grinds out a decision in a boring win. Now, I think that they're pretty well matched, and that's going to make Bilal lean on his clinch work and wrestling and just try to stay safe. So I think it'll be a boring decision win for Bilal. Main event, Aljamain Sterling versus returning Triple C Henry Cejudo.
Former gold medalist in wrestling, former flyweight champ, former better bantamweight champ, Henry Cejudo, 16-2, 8 KOs, 8 decisions. You know, in a lot of ways, these guys are kind of fighting for bantamweight GOAT in some ways too, I would say. You know, Sterling is kind of putting together that run right now. And Cejudo never put together that run because he quit. So if he comes back here and gets it done, Sterling is 22-3, 3 KOs, 8 subs, 10 decisions, 1 disqualification. That's how he won the championship. And he's won 8 in a row. His last loss was in 2017. So he has not tasted defeat in a long time.
Head kick for Marlon Moraes, I believe.
Yeah.
That was his last loss.
I do believe you are correct here. And they got me looking here. You know, it's funny. I put these questions out there sometimes to our YouTube audience. And a lot of people are picking Cejudo because they feel like he's been working on his striking and wrestling wise that, you know, you can't compete with him. But I do wonder, like, he did retire. He's not been fighting, you know, but he's been training with guys like John Jones. So I do.
And with Mighty Mouse, he's been training with Mighty Mouse also.
Yeah, so you're training with the best in the world. And we're seeing what a difference he makes, too, in some of those people as a coach. It's interesting. So, but Sterling looks a lot bigger than Cejudo.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. Everybody seems to be. I'm talking just picking Cejudo. I gotta go with Sterling.
I think they're pretty even. I think that, you know, I think Aljo might be like minus 125. So basically, pick him.
Yeah, I think Sterling's just bigger, and I think that because of that, he'll be able to do okay in the wrestling, like, you know, not get taken down easily, at least. And I think his striking, he's always working on and stuff too. And I think he's just been. I'm not going to be surprised if Cejudo gets it done. He's one of the elite. They find ways to win. He's one of the best in the world. But I'm a little hesitant about because of that time off. So I'm leaning towards Sterling. I say he gets a late finish, round 4.
Yeah, this is super tough to call. Henry needs to come back from this layoff as his best self to get this win. This is not an easy fight for him at all. So I think Sterling is underestimating Henry's wrestling in the interviews that I've heard, but I think he's too long, he's too strong, and he's too unorthodox for Henry after a layoff. So Henry may be coming back, you know, well rested and healed up and everything, having not competed in like, was it 3 years or something, not getting as many injuries. He'll be very healthy. So it just really determines on what we're going to get from him. He's also not super young. So I don't know. It's also possible either way that this fight goes, we see them both at featherweight at some point too. I think in this fight, in this fight, I think I'm going to go with Sterling also. I think he stays safe enough. He's unorthodox. Henry makes a mistake, and Aljo's so good at getting to that back, especially being the longer fighter and Henry shooting in on him. I think he's going to get on his back. I think he subs him, probably rear naked choke in round 3.